Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez recently went on MSNBC for an interview when she got asked about her stance on gun reform.
I want to show you, this is actually a video from Chicago. There's an anti-violence march taking place right now. It's live right now. It's shutting down the Dan Ryan Expressway. Father Flager, who many of you may remember that name, he was one of the mentors to President Barack Obama. He's leading this huge rally against gun violence. What is your position on gun reform?
Well, I think that we need to be unafraid to take a very strong, clear stance on gun reform. I personally am supportive of reinstating the ban on assault weapons. I think that, many members of our military need to go through years of training in order to have access to these weapons. And the idea that a 17-year-old can walk into a shop and get one, I think, is completely unacceptable.
Yeah.
So Alexandria says we need to ban assault weapons, which is true. We do need to do that. But honestly, that's not going to be good enough. I don't think people realize how bad our gun violence problem is here in America. For instance, did you know that we had 372 mass shootings in the United States in 2015? Think about that. That's more mass shootings than days in the year. We've had a staggering 31% of the public mass shootings worldwide between 1966 and 2012. There are nearly 200 countries in the world. For one country to have that large of a share of the public mass shootings worldwide is insane. Moreover, these mass shootings and gun violence in general are leading to a lot of suffering and loss of life. In 2015, there were about 26,819 people injured by firearms in the United States. Furthermore, in 2015, there were about 13,286 people killed in the U.S. by firearms if you exclude suicide. If you include suicide into the mix, 33,636 people were killed by firearms in the U.S. in 2015. Between the years 1968 and 2011, about 1.4 million people have been killed by firearms in the United States. Now that's a lot of people. A lot of people dying at the hands of guns. To exemplify, take Japan for comparison's sake. In Japan, they have as few as 2 gun-related homicides per year. Yes, I said 2. We had 13,286 people. They have as few as 2. Think about that. And even if you account for the difference in population size, since Japan is smaller, you are still talking about Japan having as few as 5 gun-related homicides per year. We had 13,286. They have, in essence, as few as 5. So why is this happening? What is the difference between the two countries? Well, the difference is actually pretty obvious. Japan only has 0.6 guns per 100 residents. Meanwhile, we have 101 guns per 100 residents. In fact, we, the United States, have by far the most guns per person out of any country on Earth. In total, we have more than 300 million guns. That's the difference. We are armed to the teeth while Japan hardly has any guns at all, at least relative to us. The less guns people have, the less likely a country will have to deal with gun violence. It's so obvious, but we have such a gun obsession in the United States that no one seemingly wants to say anything. But I don't care. I'll say it. Guns are the reason we have gun violence. Guns are the reason we have so many people dying every year due to gun violence. And if we seriously want to correct the issue, we're going to have to get rid of our guns. And if you are one of those people out there who hate hearing me say that, because you are someone who really loves your guns, sorry but not sorry. People's lives are worth more than your guns. We have already lost far too many lives as is. Hey guys, if you want to help out this show, you can follow our various social media links. Also, we have a Facebook group that you can join as well. And if you want to follow me on social media, you could do that as well. Alright guys.